Hey, hey, beautiful souls. How's it going? Change of scenery tonight. Welcome to this Saturday Night Live. My name is Lisa Lyle. How's the stream? Hey, Katerina. Welcome back, sister. How are you today? How's it going, everyone? Or Katerina, how's it going? It's you and I right now. How's the stream? Can you tell me if the stream is clear? My I'm okay as well. I'm doing well. I'm excited to connect again tonight. There's some really potent energy in the air. I just want to make sure that the stream is clear. Um, oh, good, because my son is home tonight and he's online playing video games as the youngins do. Anyways, today was a good day. Last night was a great live stream. Thank you all so much for showing up. Tonight we're going to revisit some of the astrology of the time, and I'm going to share some of the divine experiences that were gifted to me today, and I'm really, really excited for all of us. So, all right, let me stop futzing around. Let me get the Palo Santo going so I can actually begin here. For those who don't know, my name is Lisa Lyle. This is my channel here on YouTube. A very warm welcome to all of you um, who are new and finding this space for the first time. I trust that when you find this space, you will connect with something here that resonates with your beautiful heart, home of your eternal soul that's beating in the beautiful human that your soul calls home. Everything shared on this channel is guided by spirit, with the odd opinion or two and narrative of Lisa Lyle. I do share that here. And I share it with the greatest of intentions, really. And in some cases, just to make light of this thing called life. I'd like to ask at this time that I'm a clear and pure channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, with the intention of supporting our greatest and highest manifestation in this lifetime, heaven on earth, via the pathway of a calm central nervous system. So, we are also tonight, I'm not going to be pulling cards for individuals. This is going to be a collective overview of the stream that we're moving in now and the forward momentum that is flowing. I am, though, going to offer an interactive component of our connection tonight. So I would encourage you to simply choose number 1, 2, or 3. And closer to the end of this live stream, we will get to the interactive component of it all. So the date is, hey, Witness 222. Yeah, I'm feeling there's been this real energy today of like kind of lazy, hazy, that snail's pace, going at a snail's pace. And I don't know if I didn't get up exceptionally early today. I did get up around 9 a.m., took the dogs for a stroll, and then went and picked up a beautiful new plant baby called the Hoya Lisa. Look her up. She's beautiful. And I'm so happy to have her back in my collection. And then my son came home after being away since Mother's Day weekend. He left the Tuesday after Mother's Day, I think. So he came home before noon, got to spend some time with him briefly. And then, I did some mothering things. I thought, who else is going to be doing laundry on this beautiful sunny day? There can't be anyone. There was one person. got all of his laundry done, and now the rest of the time he's home, he just gets to relax and, revitalize, I guess, plug in to his space. And then across the street, so when we moved to this new location, I was really excited to see Indigenous healing center across the street. And today they had a community event. And of course, I didn't go and check it out first thing. I went a little later on in the day, like basically right at the end. I made some lovely connections, though, such beautiful and really like soul families, soul sisters, soul brothers, you know, folks that are like you and I, who are here on this healing journey, who are here with, uh-oh, can you still see me? Um, who are here on with a similar spiritual understanding because they are in the process, they are on the journey of awakening, and it's not something we do like this woke term that goes around like I woke up this morning. you know and so that is past tense. No matter how you try to explain it to me, I remember that from school and English and language. It's, woke is past tense. I woke up. She woke up 20 minutes later than normal this morning, which made her late for work, right? So we are awakening, and it is a daily ongoing experience. So after I walked around the event that was closing down, they then sent me home with a box of corn dogs, not really my thing, but they were wrapped in fry bread, and they were so yummy. I ate two of them, and I saved two for my son. And then I got showered, got cleaned up, and really felt the call to be outside and lay outside on the earth, on the mother, and make that connection. So that's what I did. I packed my little bag with my water, some cards, and my journal, or my book that I write in. It's not really a journal. And very quickly, a message came through, and I feel guided to share it with all of you today. And of course, there was a cardinal who just I totally felt the essence of Frank all around me. This cardinal was cocky confident, just like that guy was, sitting on like the very top of the a dead tree, pretty much, right at the very top, no leaves or anything, singing sweetly. I didn't really, even though he was right there in the open, I didn't spot him right away. I did hear him and was looking for him, and ended up check out the short that I posted earlier today of that guy. And then shortly after him, I wrote this. Well, actually, I was writing this, and the cardinal came by for a visit, and then this writing continued. So it came through in the course of about 14 minutes. And right after this, all of a sudden, just a lone vulture flying, like not even flying, just riding the thermals, gliding by. And I caught that guy 2 minutes of video of him getting ever closer and just really bringing the loving and reassuring message that through the process of our own death and rebirth over and over and over again, like the seasons, it's like the shedding of a skin each year, that we're graced with another year of life. It's like another opportunity to hold more light. Each day is an opportunity to hold more light. And every year we outgrow the current skin, if you will, and we slough off the old, so that we can really welcome in the new. And I got some new, look at this cute little candle holder. Let me go and get it. It's so sweet. Isn't it adorable? The hummingbird extracting the sweetness out of life, 1010. And Jacob's now decided to come and lay on the couch with the dog and do their thing. Um, so perhaps I should have set up in the other room. We'll see. And yeah, so inside of that, I just got one of those little artificial flicker ones. So as I was over there and just before the cardinal and then just after the cardinal and before the vulture, this message came through. We are the medicine, here to learn, to grow, and open via our connection to the mother earth, that is, Mother Earth that lives. Unplug and plug in. Plug into the medicine that is the mother. Love of the mother, there is no other. All are sisters and brothers. Here, there, now, to administer love's medicine to one another. 1122. Come to the mother, come down to earth. Listen to the sounds she speaks to you. Spirit is in all beings. Spirit speaks through all things. Birds, bees, and children on swings. Joy is in the moment. Joy supports wings. Spirit moves us spontaneously. Trust. The joy of spontaneity. Be in the moment of things. Spontaneity is authenticity. Be audacious enough, outrageous enough to be in the moment is enough. It is the way to ensure your cup runneth over, flowing with love. Rest upon the mother and feel the Creator's love. You are the one, the wisdom bringer, here to administer the love of the mother to all sisters and brothers. And then the vulture flew over, riding the thermals, just doing it with ease and grace. And it was really the simplicity of just being in the moment. And prior to that message coming through, it was just about laying on the earth and breathing and feeling the warmth of the sun and the warmth of the breeze and all the sounds, the there was lady's mantle growing there, and that was blowing on the breeze, and all the grasses and the leaves on the tree. It was just perfect. And there was little exertion needed. I just needed to get out. So you may be feeling that in your experience today, and particularly today, as the sun is settling in there in Gemini, the duality, the polarized experience of it all. And here we are, the living waters of life, moving, hopefully with ease, harmoniously with the flow of life. And we're not getting too stuck in the way it should look or the way it should be, or what we should be doing. Hey Kiva, welcome. How are you today? How was your day? So I'm just going to recap again the astrology. So if you're just tuning in, we are going to be doing an interactive component closer to the end of this stream. And the your choices are 1, 2, or 3. So settle in and connect with the energies and allow your heart to guide you to 1, 2, or 3. Hey, Kim. Auntie Kim's on the line. Jacob's laying over here, Auntie Kim with his dog, home for the first time in a long time. So, yeah. Oh, it's distracting. I have to be really honest, folks. Hey, Jake. Auntie Kim says, hey, Jake. Um, yeah, it is a little bit distracting. If I knew he wasn't going to be playing video games, and I did ask if that was what he was doing, I perhaps wouldn't have connected live tonight. But here we are, and now he's vacated the space. Love you too. We both love you too. So we're coming up. That takes us to our strawberry moon. Our strawberry moon, we have it every year in Gemini season. Busy, busy, busy. And Friday, so yesterday, the moon moved into Scorpio and will travel through Scorpio all weekend and arrive in Sagittarius on Monday. And again, we can have, there's many people, I know our dear brother Milos out there does the, what do they call it? Ayurvedic astrology. I don't think it's Ayurvedic, that's the medicine. Uh, um, anyways, and then there's the Western astrology, like the 12 zodiacal signs. And so when you look at the Sky Guide apps, you'll see, although we're calling it the moon in Sagittarius, in the real time sky, it often looks like it's in the previous sign. And that would make complete sense. So I had written strawberry moon, Scorpio or Sag, we choose. That's happening on um, the 6th of June, next week. And this weekend, tomorrow, we have Mercury, the ruler of Gemini and Virgo, moving into Cancer. The home, the crab, the watery, all the feels of things. Gemini's all the thoughts of things, the busyness of things, and Cancer is the feels of things, the family, the home. And on Monday, Jupiter's going to be joining Mercury in the sign of Cancer, and they're hanging out there holding space until the sun arrives in the sign of Cancer on the 20th. Happy birthday, happy Earth Day. Um, the solstice. And at the same time, we have Venus in Taurus now. And if you'll remember, I was guided to write simplicity. Oh, and also about Jupiter in the sign of Cancer, Jupiter will be hanging out there for a year. Jupiter's going to be hanging out there in that watery, the emotional, the feels of it all, right? The feels of life, the waters of life. This is the space in which um, we are being called. I wrote, get used to this, get comfortable in this energy. So we have Venus in Taurus. And Venus has just completed its conjunct with Chiron, the wounded healer. Don't, breathe too much sighs of relief yet, because there is another conjunction with Venus and Chiron. This is good. It's good for us. It's all about our soul's growth. And I'm all about all the people that understand we are humans here, the home of a soul. We are here in service to our eternal soul. Um, so there will be another Venus and Chiron conjunct in 2026, but we'll talk about that then. We also have Saturn and Neptune in Aries currently, and this is a reactive energy. And what's happening with Jupiter and Mercury in Cancer, they are going to be squaring Saturn and Neptune over there in Aries. And there's this energy of, we just want to come out. We're coming out. We are shining. We are doing life different these days because we have given ourselves permission. We choose to be who we came to be. And it's, for those of you who are a decade or 2 decades or 3 decades younger than me, be you. Be you, boo, right from there, because it doesn't change. And then you won't be me. You can't be me, but you won't be like 55, mid 50s, trying to figure out how to do you. Start now. Start now. This is why we're here. This is why we're gathered here today. Um, and then you'll remember yesterday, well, all of this was shared yesterday, and it's like a few pages of the astrology, and I felt really guided today to reshare this here and here today. At this time, with all these energies at play, and the sun's still there in Gemini, the twins, you know, we are being asked to learn to. I had written "Rolling Like the River," Creedence Clearwater Revival, and then Tina Turner did a phenomenal version of "Proud Mary." And there's a message here to be proud of yourself. Be proud of how far you've come. Be proud of all you've overcome, and be proud of all the things that you've done. And even the smallest thing, even if you don't think it's a big deal, you know what? It's a big deal. I'm proud of you. Be proud of you. Hit that thumbs up if you agree. If you're not yet subscribed to the channel, hit the subscribe button because this really helps to strengthen our connection and our supportive bond with one another. 2121. The lovers of sacredness, the sacred lovers, here to reveal the feelings and the truth that has been kept undercover. And perhaps we have been afraid to discover just how magnificent we are. And perhaps that's what this whole thing is all about. Perhaps that's what all the insanity externally is all about. Because whoever's, pulling or manipulating the puppet strings here on earth knows exactly how powerful the human children of God, the waters of life, the men and the women, how powerful we are. 2222. And we're the ones who are here to break through in this dimension with the support of the spiritual realms, because we're awakening every day. We woke up this morning, we'll go to bed tonight, and we will, wake up tomorrow morning. And when we wake up tomorrow morning, it's another opportunity for more awakening throughout the day. Because as we go on through the day, we will have woken up in the morning. We can choose to continue to awaken. So coming up on the 20th, we have the sun moving into Cancer, 1 degree of Cancer, watery Cancer, home, welcome home, coming home to the heart. Cancer is a cardinal water sign. And Mercury and Jupiter, as I had mentioned, will be there as of Monday, both of them, holding space in the watery realm of home. And what is home for each of us? Like I have an apartment, which is a home. For each of us, though, the individual, what is home? Well, of course, it's us. It's our physical vessel. And so there is a call to pay attention to the vessel that is home for your eternal soul, in which the soul is awakening in the human home, HUEMAN. And then I had written dollar signs, $2 movement and flow, and then two more dollar signs. And this is really speaking of the abundant energy that is supporting our soul's growth. We've done a lot of the work, right? You've been doing the work behind the scenes in your home, in the vessel. In the journals. And we are at a time where we are in the midst of a big cycle, the completion of a big cycle, and big cycles require big choices. And change is a necessary daily ingredient of making these big choices, of choosing to be courageous in human form. of choosing to not conform. We're here to grow up and come home to the living waters of light within each of us. And the waters of light, the waters of life within each of us are down there in that sacral chakra, the space between the roots and the solar plexus, the inner fire. And this is a space which is, I would say, often neglected, right? Because it's too uncomfortable. It's too painful. And yet our the unwillingness to look there at the discomfort or to face the pain or embrace the pain, it's counterintuitive because in turn it creates more pain physically. And so as we move towards as we're in the thick of Gemini season, you may find your connections to others changing, and perhaps there are relationships that are falling away and other relationships that may be coming in and maybe strengthening connections. It's going to be unique and different for each of us. We have to be aware, though, or we would be wise to be aware that bonding on the earthly realm via union, there is, we don't talk about it a lot. And I don't really want to get into the whole, twin flame, blah, blah, blah. And then, we can talk about soulmates because we're all souls. And, we all have many soulmate relationships and connections throughout our lifetime: family, friends, children, lovers, etc. There is a call, and there has not necessarily a call, there is an energetic in the air of reunion of the masculine and feminine coming together in this lifetime as lovers to uncover and rediscover uh, aspects of self that really cannot be revealed in the individual, like the solitary journey. Does that make sense? Does that make sense? If you understand, does that make sense? Is it resonating? So what I had written here, what I'd written here is bonding in and on the earthly realm via union in the sacral chakra. And so, this is where we are called to draw our attention and, in fact, to call back the sacredness of intimate connections, of the connection of, lovers, because it has been so, the children of the world for generations have been so traumatized and desensitized. The further we get, the more advanced we get, the more desensitized the collective becomes, especially our children. And as mothers and fathers, we are, our role is to protect our children. So back to the sacral space. This is where stored emotions, this is where stored trauma is. This is developed between the age of 7 and 14. And so we have seen for generations lots of promiscuous teens. Raise your hand if you were one. And all promiscuous teens, I would venture to say, were looking for love in all the wrong places and in all the wrong ways, and did so in a way that, you know, um, it created bonds that were bonds of trauma and pain. And then as time goes on, through these connections, children all of us, adult children included, we're either healing and elevating through this connection, or there's toxicity, trauma bonding, and triggering of wounds and reactivating wounds through this connection. So it is really important for each of us to harness the power of that space and take responsibility for cleansing that space and not engaging through that space in ways that are harmful. And this is where there brings the reverence and the memory of divine union and restoring that union. The sacral chakras are home of the living waters of life, waters living in skin, sacred union, emotionally balanced, sacred, safe sexuality, financial resources flow between union. And I just heard matrimony, like the bride and the groom of light coming together. We're encouraged at this time to choose value. And what are our values? Could you answer that? And perhaps that's a question. Choose value. What does value mean to me? What is valuable to me? It's important for all of you to know. I trust that you know you are valuable. Everything about you is valuable and worthy. And that's an interesting point to make here, is that our home of self-worth, where is it in the body? In the sacral chakra. Our worthiness, our feelings of worthiness and deservability, our creativity, movement, flow, moving waters do not stagnate. Living waters do not stagnate. So choose values and allow your values to guide and shape you. You are the sacred sculptor. The living waters within mold and shape you, and have done so from a very early age in this experience. It was 3223 there, divine masculine, um, that 5-5 energy. And it's funny, 2 live viewers and 3 thumbs up. Mars in Leo wants us to come out and shine, uniquely divine, each one of us in our, in our own special way, as only we can. So, are you going to allow yourself to come out and play, to come out and shine in your own unique way? What's it going to take? Don't be a fake. So, it's water. And we're talking about water with Jupiter and really feeling this Jupiter and water energy. The truth is, water energy is moody. The tides, the storms, the waves, the cuddies, the whirlpools, like water is moody, and we are primarily water. And, and we are affected by the lunation, like the lunar cycles. And so we're moody too. And it's important for us to honor this, honor the fact that, um, sometimes we're moody and other people get moody too. Water is moody. Honor this as you move through these molding times, breakthroughs of the divine, born to shine and flow. Emotional bondings. And so this is our work during this time, to evaluate our emotional connections with others, uh, the ties that bind or the ties that free us and support our shine. So, are your emotional bonds and connections expansive or restrictive? Supportive or destructive? Supportive is or discouraging? The flow of the emotional nature of self and source is what that's our greatest resource. Flowing as ourself, eternally connected to source. Everything is spiritual. Everyone is spiritual. And bringing that awareness to um, the day to day experience and connections that we make. Authentic expression is what is called for of the abundantly creative source of life that is you, living light, living waters. Flowing waters do not stagnate. Truth tellers speak up, share good stuff, even the difficult. Courage rises. We are moving from the alchemical frying pan into the alchemical waters, living as life and light, living as you. We're moving out of the dark ages, which have been pretty archaic, pretty barbaric, and not really for the greatest and highest good. And with the ages we're moving out of really lacked any sort of emotional intelligence. And so, thank you for being the vessel of emotional intelligence at this time as we shift from the dark, archaic ages into the light, matriarchal ages. Reverence, full of reverence and respect of the powerful sacred feminine, the mother, the earth, sisters and brothers, the creatrix, bringing gifts of life through the matrix. Divine Mother is now stoking our inner fire via the healing waters. And the waters within are cleansing and baptismal and support the process of rebirth over and over again. Emotional intelligence is the most needed medicine on the planet at this time. Emotional balance and the ability to hold space for others' emotional healing as we co create with the divine. Emotional healing takes place via the pathway of feeling the feelings, authentic expression. And each of us, um, healing for each of us is unique and it takes time. So if you're feeling like the clock's tick, tick, ticking, throw the watch away. Take the clock off the wall. Oh, that's the solution to that. Settle into the rhythmic, natural cycles of the day to day, the rising and setting of the sun. See if we can bring it back to such simplicity. Spontaneity is authenticity. Spontaneity is authentic. Trust your joy, trust your heart, trust the earth beneath your feet. Trust the heart that beats. So, as we hold space, perhaps we're just simply being called at this time to hold space for ourselves as we navigate this transition. And so, holding space, I came up with 5 words that exemplify, if you will, our ability to hold space. And it's our ability to be compassionate, gentleness, empathetic, witness, and respectful. That's it. If anything needed to be added, it would be, non-judgmental, right? Especially when it comes to the self, because if we're sitting in judgment of ourselves, whether we're conscious of it or not, we will be judging others, and that's not our job, our role in this lifetime. And it's really time to say goodbye. So long, sayonara, adios, to harsh judgments of ourselves and others. So, what's going to support us most at this time is our ability to have faith in the divine. our ability to have faith in our spiritual awakening, which is ongoing moment to moment. And the only question is, are we flowing? Are we supporting soul growth in the here and now? And what's going to help us? So there was a grouping of cards, three groupings of cards, and right before the live, another group of cards came through. So I'm just going to share these, the key words of them. I'm going to show you the cards, the key words. This is what's going to support us. These cards here. Well, maybe I should show us. This was the first grouping out. Okay, so we've got fertility leads to abundance via the fire in the belly, the creative fire in the belly, supports the new. So this new beginning that we are in is supported by, this is the new beginning, the creative fire in the belly. We've addressed the emotional waters in the sacral, or we're attending to them. We're addressing them, if you will. And the fire in the belly is growing through movement, through dance, through breath, through connection with the other, if that's going on for you. Connection to the earth. The flower is growing. The roots are strong and deep, and expansion is here. Empress energy, fertility, Kuan Yin energy, divine feminine, healing, nurturing, the mother, the essence of the feminine who shows up for herself again and again. And actually, what's happening now is the feminine is really self-focused, if you will, all pouring all of her attention into her greatest and highest experience with the knowing that it supports others. And there's this energy in the air, like it's time to get going on what it is you're here to do. And so perhaps there's some air that needs to be cleared within you or around you, because this is indeed not just a new beginning. There's that 10 energy, right? That 10, that wheel of fortune. It's an abundant new beginning, born of peace, born of co-creativity, born of healing, moment to moment, born of gratitude, being grateful, making a wish. There's that 111, make a wish. Four ones if we count the wheel of fortune energy here with the 10. So this is where we're at. This is where we're at. The abundant new beginning. We've got that creative fire in the belly is burning. We're nurturing it. We're supporting ourselves. We're baptizing ourselves with the healing waters of life within, with the tears that flow, because we know love lives, love wins. And what supports us? Again, my guides are like, they like to play with me. They toyed with me today because I got to nature. I listened to the intuition and they were bringing it. And this was the first card out. Excitement, the passion, the joy of a child, the solar fire. Look at the butterfly on the toe, the balancing act of life, ever growing, ever changing, yet ever full of delight, the effervescence of light. And we are the ones, we got two, or I got two. Balance, balance. And how do we achieve balance? Through the meditation, which came out. And meditation supports our ability to wrap up and complete this cycle so that we can go forward balanced, balance on either side. Balance, supporting joyful co-creation, passionate life, as excitement and zest for life. Hey, Victoria, welcome. Yes, a zest for life, co-creating with the divine, playing our hand drum, our healing hand drum, lighten ourselves up, fire on the inside, 4 4s across the board. The angels walk with us, among us, Some are us, right? They communicate with us. Are we listening? What are they whispering in our ears? Spirit is always speaking to us. And we have the ability to communicate with one another. Is anyone else feeling like their telepathic communication enhanced at this time or heightened at this time? Transformation, hearts coming online in service to the divine. We were each born to shine, and we each came here with a planetary mission. Get on with the living. Get on with living. My goodness. And my experience in the world is it's the women, it's the sisters that are rising up. And I had the opportunity, it just came. There was an experience in a store today, and there was one cashier, a gentleman, cashing out, and I was about the sixth person in line. And the gentleman was doing fine. It was busy. It was unusual that there was just one person, but he had called for someone to come and help. And eventually, someone did come and help. And when he came, he was so rude. The gentleman at the cash jokingly said, "Oh, were you ignoring me?" And the guy's like, "Oh, well, you're too slow or something like this. You're going too slow." And the gentleman at the cash was like, "Pardon me?" And the guy's like, "Oh, you were going too slow." And the guy just kind of went and kept doing. And then the new guy that came, the rude guy, got to the cash and he's like, "Next." And I said, "Oh, looks like I'm the lucky one." And I said, the way you just spoke to that man was very like disrespectful and not very rude." And then the man jumped in and said, "Oh, you don't have to stand up for me." And there was a woman at his cash, and she's looking at me because I said, "The way you spoke to him is very rude. He was doing a great job, and I'm a little disappointed he didn't get to serve me today." Um, and he started apologizing to the guy, and the guy, because I was offended by that engagement. It was totally rude. It was offensive and unnecessary. And so I said to the gentleman who was telling me, "No, you don't have to say that to me for me." He was probably worried that because the guy who came up and was rude, I mean, his uncle probably owns the store. Right? And so this guy wants to keep his job. I get it. And yet, I also get like there's a righteousness in standing up for one another. And there's ways that we should be speaking to one another. And that was entirely rude and disrespectful. And that's so I said to him, I said, "No, like it's time we have to stand up for each other." And the woman was nodding her head. And I said, "Right, sister?" And she said, "Yeah." And I said, "It's interesting that it's the women who are standing up and using their voice." I said, Can't wait for the day when the men begin to rise up and speak up, honestly." And yeah, sisters are doing it for themselves. And yet, we want to be doing it with the other. We want to be doing it in partnership with the other. I mean, I know I do. And I'm sure many of you do too. Some women don't. Some women just want to be alone. They're so jaded. They're whatever. That's been a deep desire of mine since I was a child to, grow old with someone. Tried and not successful at it as of yet. And the one guy I thought I'd be successful with, he died. So there's that. There's that. Got to make light of it, right? So um, then I'm like, I was putting the cards away to come home, and there was like these cards, the bottom six cards. Check out these words. Check out these words: truth, rebirth, the goddess of air, devotion, activation, and open hearts. And I didn't share this tonight, but last night I did. And it's in here, and they're saying, show them this little diagram over here. The very first thing that was drawn there was the heart with the word open in it. We are the ones here bridging differences, merging and being the vessel of heaven on earth via our calm central nervous system. And women, the divine feminine, our deep desire, the feminine essence, deep desire is to feel safe and secure. And when women feel safe, um, it's the abundant co create, is what I heard. And that's, women doing it for ourselves, sisters doing it for ourselves, yes. And yet we are really ready for the sacred union that takes us to heights we could not achieve on our own. We're not meant to go it alone. And remember, back in December of 2024, the message coming through, wolf was all around us at that time. And it was that the wolf finds their pack this year, and wolves are loyal, um, very loyal animals. And I do believe, unless the case of death, that they do mate for life. And so, yeah, soul tribe. This is the soul tribe, and we are all absolutely connected, and we all are here for great purpose. There's no doubt about that. So just to revisit those cards, we all are here to awaken to the divine truth that lives within the skin. We're being reborn via the pathway of the healing waters, rectifying, healing the trauma. We're working with the elemental world out there in nature. I guess I should show you these cards because they're so beautiful. The truth card. The truth is that love never dies. The truth is that as a human, we are here to live a great life. And those of you here that resonate with these messages, you are here as one who has come to break free and clear generational karma. And exactly does that look like? It's different for each of us. Um, it's different for each of us, and yet the karma that we're clearing is predominantly trauma based. And we're reborn through that process. When we show up for ourselves, look how mystical and magical we are. We have ancient wisdom within us, and we're the modern day mystics who are called to bring it through into this now experience, working with the elements, working with the ancestors, working with our guides, listening to the divine as spirit speaks to us in our daily life. We are the children that were born, and simply because the fact we exist, we are so worthy and deserving of bliss. We're so worthy and deserving of um, everything, really, everything in moderation, right? Good food, clean water, fresh air to breathe, community, gatherings. We're not meant to just work and pay bills, and it's alarming what's happening in the Western civilization. It's alarming what's happening, that most of us at this stage, I'm still working, and, I'm not sure. Mm. At the end of the day, most people are working at this time. The bulk of their income goes towards the necessities like shelter and food. That's BS. It's BS. At one time, when I first moved out on my own in the 1990s, your rent, your overhead for shelter could not be more than 30% of your income. So tell me what's changed, because no one's income, what I get from the job that I go to, 80 to 90% of that goes to shelter and food. Very little over like, you know, overflow. Yeah, that's changing. That's changing. And that's changing because we are being called to follow the direction of our heart. We are being called to follow the direction of our joy, co-creating along the way, and trusting and having faith that all that we need is secure. It's there for us. We just must remain devoted to our spiritual expansion via the heart and the healing waters of life within us. This is a time of activation, particularly around the time of the solstice. It feels like, this is our time. This is our time. And right through the solstice season, through the dog days of summer, over there in August, this is our time. And it feels like we're going to see many of us who are sowing seeds, have been sowing seeds, um, doing the inner journeying. You're already likely beginning to see, if not see, feel shifts in your day-to-day experience, 4 fives across the board, because you're the seed of change. That would be 1010 on the board. We're moving towards that Wheel of Fortune energy, 2026, right? Especially by, I'm hearing, spring of 26, living bliss. We were born for this. And what is our route? And what is the pathway to experience this bliss? The open heart. The heart is the pathway. The spine is the pathway. We are the channel. And as the path, those of you, you will get why I giggled when these cards came out right before I came live. Again, they were just on the bottom of the deck. And I'm like, oh, no way. Maybe I'll show that. Oh, no way, no way, no way, no way. So this is what we're harnessing now. And remember, we're doing an interactive component right after I share these cards. So 1, 2, or 3 for the interactive messages. So on the bottom of the deck, we are the pathway. And we are called each and every day to accept the gift of grace, which is the unmerited gift of spirit, of source. And why? Because we have such loving, loving hearts. We are so loved in the spiritual realms, although we may not feel it here in the earthly realms. We may not, at this point, we may not feel that love abounding all around us. Yet that's my new saying of recent days: love abounds. It's all around. We're here to make new connections as things move away, um, you know, as we grow, as we shed more of what really wasn't authentically us. And it takes time to figure that out, right? Because this case, it's taken many, many years, and it's still challenging sometimes to really um, be out here and share in a way. I mean, I share very authentically. Is there some stuff that is held back? Yes. And perhaps I would say that's out of respect, um, for myself and others. Mostly others, because I feel like we don't wanna hurt other people. We don't wanna say things where others may feel wounded, and I trust there will be a time when, more is revealed. Until then, though, we continue to focus on accepting grace because it is the gift of spirit, reward of the loving heart. There's 4 live viewers, 4 thumbs up, and this is a number 4. Angels are all around us, and we are here to ground love down, to be the seat, to be the bridge of the heavenly experience while here on earth. And it's all from within, because it's the high heart, it is our beating heart that we are connecting to the mother. And many of you, well, I mean, the analytics here on YouTube say that the audience is 50-50, male and female. Many of you here tonight, at least in the chat, are women. And, it is that mother energy within you. That's, that's really the greatest one of your greatest gifts is your ability to nurture and care for others. At this time, 10001, the reset, the focus is called more and more within. This is the balance. So we can live that excitement, passionate, co-creative within that space. And there is no race. 8, 8, 8, triple eights, abundance floodgate. It's each and every one of us. We have awakened. We continue to awaken. I just, what book just popped into my head? I saw the image here, like a goddess on like a motorcycle. That's what I saw. Is that a clock there? Maybe. I don't know. I saw a goddess on a motorcycle, and the book that popped into my head was God on a Harley. I don't know much about the 8 life path. I'm a 9. Maybe one night we'll do a interaction. Maybe next Saturday night we'll do an interaction, and I'll bring my numerology book here, and we can share a little numerology with one another. I'm fast. I love numbers. But 8, this is abundance. This is in service to the eternal soul. This is like riding the wave, the cosmic delight, here in the earthly realms, savoring the sweetness of life, savoring throat chakra stuff going on. Let me clear my throat. Feeling I think most of the planets now are below the horizon. So we don't really see the planets in the night sky at this time. For a while, we won't be. They're below the horizon. And that speaks of, this is our opportunity to shine. This is your opportunity to come out and shine. And although we can't see the planets in the night sky, we can feel their energy and essence moving through our lives. And are we sitting with that Neptune and Saturn energy over there in Mars, which is reactive, it can be explosive, radioactive was said last night? Or are we sitting in peace and grace, living our inner strength, the medicine women, the medicine men, the mothers, the healers, the mystics, the poets, all of it. We're all of it. We are here to be co-creatively abundant with the divine, our own unique and personal relationship with source, whatever you want to call that source. All I know is whatever you call it, the source I know, the creator of all of us, the source to which we are all tethered by the cosmic thread of light that we are, is loving and kind. What goes on here is beyond source. It's the madness of man's mind. And we are here to move beyond the madness of the mind, the insanity of it all. Restore us to sanity. Enough with the vanity, enough with the ego. Trust what you know. Trust the wisdom that is remembered from within. 7, highly spiritual, reminding us that it's about our physical vessel, aligning along our spine. Beyond the mind, beyond time, love lives. And love currently lives and breathes as you, the one here, 7, lucky one here on this path of mastery. the bridge between the spiritual and the material, the spiritual and the physical. You are all of it. We are each all of it, right? So live as if. And it feels like, there is this coming out, and it's a gentleness that the feminine has settled into as a result of the inner work she continues to do, the faith she continues to hold, even though what she hopes for, what she envisions, may not be in her line of vision yet. She sticks to what she knows. She continues to support spiritual growth because she knows she is here now in service, in service to her eternal soul. More fours. It's her loving heart that the world needs. It's her loving heart that is the medicine that the children need. It's her loving heart that the masculine needs. Grounded, reverence for all life, the world energy. We're wrapping it up. We're completing these cycles up. We are the mirror energy. 1221, 12, the divine masculine and feminine coming together, this new beginning that's born of balance, of reverence, respect, truth, strength, and courage, honoring our path of service. And by doing so, fulfilling our path, like experiencing the joy that we're born for, that all girls and boys were born for in this lifetime. Bare feet on the earth, listening to the song of the northern cardinal, watching the flight of the vulture, watching a hawk fly by and scare all the pigeons off the buildings. That's what some of the beauty of spirit that I was fortunate enough to witness today. What did you see? Mhm. We all have soul contracts. We are all the sacred codes here to open, the sacred seals here to open. It's in the natal chart. It's our natal chart. And, we all these connections that we share with others are also agreements and contracts that we made on the spiritual realms long before we ever connected, hooked up, met up in the physical realms, 100%. And we all entered this world with wounds from the womb. So we all entered this world with the wounds of the mother. So, with all that being said, I think I'm going to get into the interactive component of tonight. I am feeling a wee bit tired tonight, and I do have quite a bit of discomfort in the hips today. So there's a lot of movement, a big shift going on. And so you may be feeling that too, where you are feeling the imbalance in the body as we move through this release. So just go with it and support yourself as you're guided to support yourself. So these messages are coming as a little embrace of love from your higher self via our shared connection to the causal body of God, through our heart, the air we breathe, and the water we drink, and the earth beneath our feet. So number ones. Okay, wait. Saying Palo Santo, Palo Santo. So I will Palo Santo. Yeah, big changes, big choices to be the change, right? We've all been here before, closing a door as the next opens. And this is a big cycle, right? Because we got that message a few weeks ago on a Saturday or Friday night about the film. The film was done. It had run off the reel, and now we were moving towards that. The wheel of karma had completed, yet we still have to clear from the physical body, right? And we are threading the new film into um, the new life, the new beginning. So at this time, once again, just asking to be a clear channel to bring through messages from Source Divine, loving and kind, with the intention of supporting our greatest and highest manifestation at this time via our calm central nervous system and our chakras, our very own um, wheels of light within us, the waters of life within us. So if you were guided to number one, the choices are one, two, or three. And that one popped out there. Easy. Again, sacred union, holding space, divinely co-creating. Oh my gosh, that so looks like a picture I took of the sun today. And then I tried to take a picture of the moon last night. I should show you. Let me just get my phone. I want to show that picture, those two pictures. So last night after the live, or this morning after the live, I went outside to try and take a picture of the moon. And look what showed up. That's it. That's what showed up. What do you feel? Feeling anything? So interesting. And then today, the sun, as it was setting, this silly light. Whatever. It's not showing up. Check it. If you want to follow me on Instagram, I'll post it there later. I can't. And if you want to follow me on Instagram information, you can get the link in the description box below. So, for those of you who were guided to number one, this is again the masculine and feminine holding space. And I feel like energetically, you are connected to your divine counterpart. And that's really about this, feeling the excitement of feeling the counterpart in the energetic field, although we may not be seeing or feeling them in the day to day. Or maybe we are and we just don't know. Maybe we have secret admirers. Who knows? Um, your Oh, you got the magic of flowers. You got two cards. This is the first one, the poppy. And again, there's this energy of here, if you're tired, rest. Some are feeling sleepy, some of you are feeling sleepy, and some of you are feeling quite weary and perhaps a little bit discouraged. And I'm hearing divine royalty, remember who you are. Trust your heart, trust in source, trust in God, trust in your higher self. Trust in the inner knowing. And perhaps for some of you, there may be some sadness that is still clearing, that still needs to be cleared so that the new growth can come in. But the strongest message I'm feeling from this card is rest. And then we've had this one recently in the lives, the peony. Did we have the peony? No, the pansy. And this is really, dainty, delicate, trusting your intuition. The more you trust your intuition, the more that your solar fire, you're harnessing your inner fire, reclaiming your power back. And I'm hearing allow your iridescent wings to unfurl. So really, I feel like this real fairy elemental energy, like resting with your back on a tree. And that's exactly what I was going to do today. I went to this tree. I walked right to it, but there was a poop bag under it. And the poop bag had been stepped on and stuff. And I'm like, oh, you know what? There was no garbage can around. I wasn't about to clean up the poop bag. So I was still under the shade of the tree. What I was really strongly guided to do was to rest with my back against the tree. So I did the second best thing and laid just on the earth and rested on the earth where there was no poop. Um, but this is again getting out into nature, and it feels like some of you are feeling very tender and delicate, if you will, almost like you're not fragile. I would never disrespect you in that way. You're incredibly strong. I know that, or you wouldn't even be here resonating with anything I say. And yet, there is such a tenderness to you, such a gentleness that not everybody in your realm bears witness to. And it's not about you, it's about them. And so this is about you as a spiritual warrior, as one here on a mission of great purpose, spiritual service for first for self, right? Because any and all great healers heal themselves. Any and all great teachers walk the path themselves. Um, and so this is about paying attention. This is about paying attention and brushing off the irritations. Don't your worthiness, your strength, your resilience, your power is not dependent on anyone else. It's given, it's granted just by divine birthright. And it's not just by divine birthright, it is divine birthright. We all have divine birthright. We're all divinity in form. Divine royalty is what we are, and we're here to remember. Trust your heart more. Trust that all good things, all that my ear's going like crazy, my right ear, the divine masculine and feminine working together. Currently now undercover, not under the covers, undercover. It's like there's a cloaked energy around. And that really looks similar to the sun that I saw today. The sun was very red as it was setting today because there's forest fires. It's arson season in Canada, and so there's fires burning to the west in Manitoba and Saskatchewan. I'm in a terrible. So standing your ground. Don't get down on yourself, and don't let life get you down. Some of you, it feels like there's a density that's being called to be released, and it's perfect timing because we're coming up to the full moon, and then we have the day of the goddess next Friday, but the full moon on Wednesday, it's a biggie, and we choose, right? We choose. So the message on the back of this card for you number ones is every challenge provides an opportunity to discover a deeper meaning to life. Each challenge can be a gateway to something greater. Use your intuitive and creative powers. Many solutions exist. Move beyond fear, and you'll discover that there are no limits apart from the limits that we have placed on ourselves. Truth. Hashtag truth. So, number ones, I trust those messages resonated with you. Please do let me know in the comments down below. Thank you so much. Yeah, winter in New Zealand. Yeah. Um, Here in the north, we're moving into the summer season. The days are getting longer for the next couple of weeks, and it's quite lovely. We don't often get to see the sun, or we haven't seen the sun much this spring because of those engineered clouds, those weird lines in the sky. I don't know. I know it's going on in New Zealand and Australia and stuff too. It's a worldwide thing. So even though we're not in each other's physical space, we are holding space and we are doing planetary grid work from where we are on our beloved Mother Earth, right? So keep going, keep going. We're so close. We're so close. If you're anywhere close to my vintage, you're very close to making huge breakthroughs. And those of you who are, again, like I said before, decades younger, keep going. Do those breakthroughs now so that when you're here, you're like, the empress sitting on her mushroom throne. Okay, with a ring of flowers in her hair. Just so delicate and dainty. So number 2, for those of you guided to number 2. Oh, okay. I'm gonna take that too. They said to look at the bottom. So you got jasmine. This is like I'm here smelling all those sweet flowers now. The jasmine, honeysuckle, the beautiful Hoya carnosa, lilac, wisteria. What's the other one? The honeysuckle. It's honeysuckle I'm thinking of. Oh, lily of the valley. So this is really about there's something here really important for you about scent. Perhaps it's working with scent. Perhaps your very scent evokes memories and feelings within you to come to the surface. How perfect. 1212, the reminder that we are the channel of light, and reduce that down to 3 3. A reminder that we are each here to resurrect the light of the Christ. We are the resurrection. We are the ones that save ourselves via the reunion and the union of the Trinity within the divine masculine, the feminine, and the child, mother, father, God energy. This feels like a celebration, an opportunity to walk through a new gateway. And I'm seeing like the gate with the little, like a white wrought iron gate that we're walking through, and we're closing it gently behind us, and we're walking forward. You're walking forward on this new path, unsure of exactly where it's going to go, but you're walking forward emotionally balanced. Strength and courage. The color is not so great here tonight. I'm not in a great setup, and I'm on the laptop. So, but the color here that the she's wearing is orange. Orange is the color of the sacral chakra. Balanced emotions, growing in your personal power. Snapdragon, in fact, was my favorite flower when I was a young girl. And so perhaps it's like going back to favorite memories. That's really funny because I see the same sort of mountain range in the back of these two cards. And so you have traversed your own, I heard your own private hell. Yes, yes. And look at you, fierce, not fearless. You feel fear and you move through anyways. Strength, resilience, courage. I know those of us who are strong and resilient and courageous get sick and tired of hearing it, right? Oh, and a card stayed on the table here. So you get 2 heart and soul messages, number 2. The first one is this: resilience, strength and courage. And this is like moving up from that field of snapdragons, and the snapdragons and the joy and the memory and the um it's like everything merges together. What was once painful now, is a seed of joy that opens you up to um, the joy of the day, the joy of spontaneity. For you too, number twos, there is an energy of a sadness, a longing. It's like the soul's calling. And it's almost like for some of you, you may be sitting in an energy where you feel like life is passing by. Life has passed me by. There is no more time. Yes, there is. Yes, there is, and this is your permission to go for it, to get living, because we have choices. Remember, we have choices. We always do. And we are being called to choose what has value to you, what brings you joy, what brings you fulfillment. And it's not the big convoluted things. It's not um, the $50 million in the bank, although that would be nice. And for folks like you and I, we would probably do a lot of great with that amount of resources, right? It's about the simplicity. It's about the cardinals singing sweetly to us. It's about um, you know, allowing ourselves to move through, holding space for ourselves to move through the process of grieving and to move through the feelings that we feel within, the deep well of emotions that perhaps has stagnated. And remember, living waters do not stagnate, they support growth. And so there's something about that for you getting to nature, getting out there, um, and allowing yourself to level up. Look at these clouds in the one picture. Those are real clouds. We don't see those often anymore. We don't see those often anymore, do we? Using your imagination. Now that you're emotionally balanced, the sacral chakras, feeling balanced, you do have a deep level of emotional intelligence. Now it's time, it feels, for you to get creative and perhaps, "Oh, I don't have time." Yes, you do. Remember we said throw away the watch? Throw away the watch, break the clock, honor the rhythms and cycles of the day, and it changes as the seasons go as well, right? Here we're like springing into summer, we're ready for the longer days, and over there in New Zealand and Australia, they're heading into the shorter days and cozier nights, right? Oh, what a night. Late. I always go to that song, don't I? So, number two is I hope that that supported you. Oh, I got to read the backs of the cards here. So, the message on this card is something you love may be coming to an end, and it's only natural for you to feel saddened. However, this ending also provides a new beginning. All unfolds for your highest good. Life is full of transformation, and with a new beginning comes a new chapter in the story that is you. You choose. We choose. Choose you. An enchanted world is available to you if you want it. Just ask the oak tree. Just as the oak tree is hidden in its seed, the goddess is within you. Reason devoid of feeling is merely harsh judgment. So listen to your heart and move beyond the boundaries you have placed around yourself. It's time to step into your power and create a world of bliss. Co-creativeness, abundance. Okay, number threes. Three sides of the same coin. Her story, his story, our story, soul story. Okay, number three. Yeah, we'll take it. Is there another one? Yeah, that one flipped. We'll take it too. So, number three, you are highly intuitive. You are receiving intuitive hits constantly. You're being called to trust your intuition. And so, if you're feeling like, oh my gosh, like I just don't know what to do next, it's because you're not listening. You're not listening. You are receiving lots of signs and symbols, and you're being asked to trust. And some of you are doing it. You're like just basking in the waters of life. You are the waterfall. You are the prism of light that creates the reflection in the waters. Every time I see Iris, I feel like a dark and mysterious energy. Like they're so beautiful, right? and they're so, like, the depth of color to them. There's something about that, and it's like you see, and you're actually being called to continue to see life from that deep and beautiful perspective that is you, so unique and highly intuitive, and it feels like there's a call to get creative, doing something different. And perhaps you become impatient. I know these are impatience. It's a play on words, folks. Perhaps you've been impatient and you're not really seeing the gifts that are present all around you. You're not really feeling. I mean, this is the ultimate expression here. And this is almost like a sadness and a sorrow that is wanting to be released from you, of freedom. And you are free from the storm, and, in all those beautiful little flowers is a sweet nectar, a sweetness that can be taken from the experience, regardless of how, you know, I mean, the sweetness that can be taken from any experience at this point in our lives is the fact that we're still here. And so there's a message here that you don't have to hide away from life. Stop, playing small. Stop shying away from life. There's this idea of stop shying away from life and come out and let the world see your beautiful heart. Uniquely you. 13131, which comes to three threes, right? The recognition that you are the light, the divine, masculine or feminine Christ, the Alpha, the Omega. 3 3, the path of forgiveness, forgiving yourself so that you can forgive others and um, free everyone. Triple three, the energy of the divine feminine, the divine feminine, the triple goddess energy, Mother Earth, coming back to Earth. You are here. You chose to come here for the entirety of the experience you've had, and you are wise, wise. There is a depth of love and wisdom that emanates from your eyes. Go have a look. Go look in the mirror. What do you see? Is your vision clear or is it cloudy? Close your eyes. What do you see? What do you feel? What do you hear within? The vessel of skin that your soul lives within. What do you feel? What's present now that's calling to be released so that you may heal even more? Because you've already done a lot, right? It's even more. Nobody here, very few that would find this space would be like a newbie, really. Or maybe a seedling. The message on this card is you are an ocean of light unfolding through the infinite space of life. Through the space between each thought, you can see your true immortal nature. The oneness of spirit that dreamt itself into the many is a part of you. Like a whirlwind from heaven, it appears and reappears in its endless forms. Trust your heart more. Highly intuitive, healer, healer of the ages, sage, modern day sages, freeing wisdom from cages. Let's not debate this. You were born for bliss. Whew. How are we feeling? How are we feeling? Is that good? I hope those messages resonated. I feel like maybe I'll end this connection tonight in the same way we kind of started with the writing, the message that came through today from Source. I thank you all so much for being here. Stay tuned in the coming days. Monday, there will be um, a premiere video, Messages from Your Angels. We'll be back here Tuesday morning live. We may do it Tuesday night. Let me know in the comments if you have a preference, morning or night, because I am on vacay as of Monday for 6 days or so. So it's going to be a good week. Maybe we'll go live every day. But please do, if you've made it this far and you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do consider subscribing, supporting our shared vibe, our rise and vibe and thrive. I appreciate you. Thank you all so much for your love and support via in the various ways that you support me. I'm so grateful. And it's truly my honor and privilege to be reacquainted with you in this lifetime. So here's the message that came through for all of us today. We are the medicine, here to learn and grow and open via our connection to the Mother Earth, that is, Mother Earth that lives. Unplug and plug in. Plug into the medicine that is the Mother. Love of the Mother, there is no other. All sisters and brothers, here, there, now, to administer love's medicine to one another. Come to the Mother, come down to earth, listen to the sounds she speaks to you. Spirit is in all beings. Spirit speaks through all things, birds, bees, and children on swings. Joy is in the moment. Joy is the moment and supports wings. Spirit moves us spontaneously trust. Spirit moves us spontaneously trust the joy of spontaneity. Be in the moment of things. Spontaneity is authenticity. Be audacious enough, outrageous enough. To be in the moment is enough. It is the way to ensure your cup runneth over, flowing with love. Rest upon the Mother and feel the Creator's love. You are the one, the wisdom bringer, here to administer the love of the Mother to all sisters and brothers. So, my sisters and brothers, thank you so much for showing up. I see you, I feel you, I love you. Thank you, thank you, thank you. You truly do support my cup to runneth over and flow abundantly in the direction of joy. And for that, I am eternally grateful to all you divine girls and boys. Until next time, everyone, take good care. Give a thumbs up. Introduce yourself in the comments below. Let me know if your messages resonated. And thanks again. Until next time.